Alright you guys, how's it going? Welcome to another tutorial. So a spoiler alert, some of you may find this video very long and boring. Well, I guess that's not much of a spoiler, right? Um, but some of you might find it interesting because what I'm going to do is just not so much a tutorial, but just I'm actually going to work on my project, which I've been procrastinating. You know, I do a little bit at a time when I'm doing my tutorials, but I really got to get moving on this project for my own personal goal. And so I'm going to actually work on the bridge section here, and I'm going to do it kind of in real time, not live, but it'll be in real time with as minimal as edits as possible, so you guys can see, you know, my work process and my workflow. Okay, so let's dive in. All right, this should be fun. I mean, this is what it's all about, right? It's all about kind of the splicing and dicing and putting together, and then voila. All right, let's do it. All right, so I loaded up my project. It's called Just to Say Hello, and you see here I have version 2. That's because every now and then I'll save kind of an older version of it, and as I make a lot of changes to it, I save that as version 2. And I usually save both versions in case something goes really wrong with the version 2 and I can't, you know, undo errors or whatever, or crash or anything. So I always have like the first version. Okay, that's why it says version 2. All right, so I loaded it up. We're on the main page. Once again, this project, I have various things loaded into it. I have my drum kit from, this drum kit is from, I think, Neo Sunrise. Whoops, we don't hear it. Let me just make sure it's the mute. Oh, well, there we go. It was muted. I'm going to take the mute off. And let's take a listen to this. So, very nice bass drums and very nice rim shot. And I put this articulation on the hi-hat. You guys may have seen that video. In any case, I also have the piano. This is it's an upright piano from Fabric. I really like the sound of it. It has kind of a little detuned and kind of in a room. Just really nice acoustics. Then I have, in another video I showed you guys that I have my vocal one-shots that I made from sampling and slicing my vocal track. I put on some Flavor Pro effects on there to give it like this noisy radio effect. Just to say hello, hello, hello. Okay, and then, you know, I copied some of the samples to different pads so that I can in real time play those pads and have like stereo panning. Hello, the left side, hello, the right side. Hello. All right. Then I have another Fabric sound here. No, actually this one, what's this from? This is from Tube Synth. Okay, this sound is from Tube Synth, and it's called the Chorus Try preset. I'm using this for kind of background, layering, lush sounds. And then let's go back to the mix. And then I have my electronic bass. And this is from Fabric. And it's called Booty 1. This is probably from like, could be used in it's a really good bass to use in house music. Okay, so let's go back to the main. And let's go to the Arranger. So that's pretty much what I have on here. Oh, and I also have some drum breaks that I have from different sample packs, and I brought them in. I warped them, slowed them down so that I can use them in this project. And I also put some effect on there as well. Okay. But I'm only using some of these. All right. So let's go back to the arranger. So what I'm going to do now, so the structure of my song so far, I have this first part, which is my introduction, which is just piano with a drum break. And the drum break, I have it, I'm actually, I had a reverb effect on it, and by mistake I had put the dry sound on a submix, and because of the way it's configured, the reverb did not go to the submix, the reverb stayed. And so it gave this really cool effect of the drums being like far back in the background. And let me play that for you. I'll mute the piano so you hear the drums. Okay. So it's pretty cool. So let me start that over. And so that's the intro. And then I come in with the hook, or kind of what you would call the chorus, and what people call the hook these days. I come in right away with that. Okay. Just this long vocal. Please won't you call me just to say hello. So I have the piano going, I have the bass line, and I have the soft pad in the background. All right. So that's the hook. Then I have a, let's see, how many bars is this? This is a, I don't have my glasses. Yeah, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bar, 8-bar verse right here. It's the first verse. So it's actually kind of 2 times 4 bars, lyrically speaking. And then I have the hook again. So I have the hook on one audio track, and I have the verse part on another audio track. And the reason is that I have different effects on them. The hook has this kind of a wash reverb on it, and the verse parts are more dry. So I keep them on separate tracks, easier to manage the effects that way. So I have hook, verse A, hook again, verse B, and then I have this little kind of arpeggio piano break, just piano and drums, which is just kind of a placeholder for now. So what I want to do is come in right here at bar 27, and I want to insert the bridge. So a new part, which will be the bridge. And so what I need to do is a couple of things. I need to either insert some bars that will create space for me to play my bridge part, or just copy a section and paste it there. And I can only do that if the bridge is going to resemble a part that I copy. And then what I would do is I would hit copy, and I would use this new feature that I talked about earlier called paste insert, which allows you to skip the part of inserting bars, and it just does the insert bars automatically for you. All right, so what I think we're going to do, I think I'm going to copy and paste the the first verse, and or you know what? Let's do this because I don't the lyrics and the piano chords and the bass line will all be different. So let's just copy the drum track of the first verse and copy it over to where I want the bridge to happen, which is bar 26 at bar 27. Okay, so how do we do that? So what we're going to do, let me just shrink this down. Let me activate the loop bracket so I can see it, and I'm going to drag this loop bracket over the verse section. Don't forget, if you click and hold the edges of the loop bracket, you can make it longer or shorter. Okay, and if you hold it from the middle and you can slide the whole thing back and forth. Okay, and this now highlights everything underneath that. Okay, now if I highlight a track, then what will happen with the loop brace on is that some of these track functions that I use will only happen under that loop bracket. Okay, so basically that loop bracket or brace is delineating a section of which I want to apply some of these functions. Okay, so in this case I want to copy events. So I want to copy the events of my drum track that's under that loop bracket. And so let's see what we have here. It's sequence 1. The track is my drum track. That's correct. All pads, copy all events, and from bar 13 to bar 21. So that's the length of my loop brace. Okay, so that's good. And then there's this little word here, it's 2. So basically I'm copying it to sequence 1, and for some reason it always defaults to the first track. We want to move this to the drum track, so make sure that's on the drum track, because sometimes I forget to do that and I'm like, where the heck did the copy and paste go to? You know, I can't find it. So make sure that you're copying to the proper track. In this case, it's the same track. And then it gives you the option where to start it. So we want it started at bar 27. And I just realized that doing it this way, I have to insert bars beforehand. Otherwise, I'm going to copy over what is already in those bars. So let's take care of that. All right, so I needed to make a quick stop there to check what I was going to do, so I don't waste too much of your time. So I think the quickest way is, let's just copy everything here and use this new paste insert function, and then we're going to quickly delete the bars from the tracks that we don't need. Okay. The other way to do it is to insert bars and then copy and paste over. And you know what? I'll do it both ways so that you guys could see. So let's do it. Let's just do it the first way. So what I was going to do, I'm going to press edit, copy. So it copied everything under the bracket. And then I am going to make sure that my playhead is at bar 27. Okay. And then I will say edit, paste, insert. And there we go. It pasted it at bar 27, and it pushed off what was already there. So it didn't overdub onto it. It didn't replace it. It just pushed it and made space to insert itself. Okay, and then what I would do is I would just highlight this guy, and this is a real cool trick. If you highlight a track and you still have the loop bracket on and hit erase, it's going to ask you if you want to erase that piano sequence under the loop brace. You say yes, replace, like that. There we go, as easy as that. And then you highlight the audio track, same thing, erase, say do it. And then the drum track, we want to keep it. Bass line, highlight the bass track, hit erase, and then I will say do it. And there we go, it's done. Now I have, so like that took less than 10 seconds to do, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you the other way to do it. So let me undo all that. Okay, so the other way to do that is I am going to bring the playhead to bar 27. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I am going to say insert blank bars. And we need, because we know the verse is eight bars in length, so we're going to do 8 bars. So I'm going to insert oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is a cool function. Before, a pop-up box would come in and you'd have to kind of put the information in. But right now what it's doing is it is inserting the bars automatically of whatever the length of your loop brace is. So that's really cool. So I don't know if you saw that, but when I hit the insert blank bars, it automatically knew to insert 8 bars. This is, it looks like 4, but it's actually 8. There we go. 8 bars, because that's how long the loop brace is. So it's assuming you're going to use the loop brace to copy now. So let's do that. So let's just do copy. Okay, and then we'll use the playhead is already, oops, it was already at bar 27. And then I'm just going to say paste, and there we go. It pasted it in. And we actually would have to do the same thing now, is delete these bars. But actually, let me undo that real quick. And what we can do is just copy over the drum track. Let's do that. So highlight the drum track. The loop brace is still over the same area. And then let's just do, bring the playhead there. And then insert just a section, just to insert, let's say, events from one track only that is under that loop area. Then what you have to do is go from the track and say copy events. Okay, and then it says, okay, copy events from 13 to bar 21. We want to keep it on the drum track, and then start at bar 27, just one copy, and say do it. Okay, so I figured out the issue. The issue was I was telling it to copy to the wrong place. Instead of, I was saying bar 27 instead of bar 37. That's why I wasn't seeing it copied here. So what we need to do is very easy. Once again, sorry, this is getting complicated. Just press and hold the drum track header. Say copy events. It's going to copy the events that's under the loop brace, which is from bar 13 to 21. Make sure this is in copying to the proper track, which is our drum track, at bar 37. And then I say replace. And there it is. So it copied to bar 37, just the drums. Okay, it's very easy. So I showed you 2 ways to do that. So now we have the drums. Let's just listen, make sure that's fine. Just hit play. Sorry, I took this off. I hit play start by mistake, so I hit play. Okay. So that's good. What I'm going to do is, let's just bring the loop brace there so I can loop that part if needed. I'm actually going to use a feature that I talked about in a video that I made yesterday or the other day, is the punch in, punch out. So I'm going to be recording a piano part into this area, and I am going to, instead of manually hitting record, play, start and all that and then stopping it, I'm just going to do a punch in and punch out so I can just focus on my piano playing. And also I'll have a lead in before it starts recording, so I'll hear like what was being played before, and then same thing, I'll play through the recording even after it stops. Okay, it'll automatically turn itself off. So to turn on the punch in punch out, it's going to be on the piano track. We'll go to main. Okay, and then I hit arrangement, and then I select the punch in feature, which is here. Auto record at punch in is enabled, so you hit that in icon right there. And then I go to grid, so I hit the grid button right here. And at first I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. There should be a loop brace specifically for the punch in punch out. And it's all the way back here. So let me shrink this. Here it is. And this guy, you can just move the ends of it, unfortunately. Maybe Akai will work on, sliding the whole thing over by just holding the middle and moving it back and forth, just like you can do with the brace. But I'll use the loop brace as a reference point and bring these guys here. Okay, so that's that. And then I think if we go back to the arranger, I should see it. There it is. Okay, so that's my punch in, punch out. So I'm going to just go in standby mode, hit record. And now I can just bring my playhead anywhere back here. And when I'm ready, I'm just going to hit play. And it'll lead me in to that part, and then the recording will turn on automatically. So I just want to practice what I'm going to be playing for that part, for the bridge. So for the chorus, these are the chords. This is the chord progression that I play. Sorry, for the verse. Okay, so for the bridge, I'm going to play kind of a variant of that. So I play kind of seventh chords or diminished. So it's going to be something like this. All right, so it'll resolve back to that G sharp. So let's try that.
If I had all the answers, I'd tell you right away. A puzzle piece went missing, so I threw it all away.
Alright, so something like that. Let's take a listen to it again. Okay, so I think I didn't have time correction on. Let's take a look. Yeah, my time correction was off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that over. Close this, undo. So I just undid the recording, it's gone. Let me put the time correction to on, and I'll put like 1/16 notes, and I'll say close. Okay, and then let's try it again.
A puzzle piece went missing, so I threw it all away.
So it stopped recording. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, it stopped. But because I had the loop brace on, it went back so I can hear what I recorded. So that's cool. Okay, so that's not bad. I'll keep that for now. I'll probably redo it later when I stop the video. But let's see if we can add a cool bass line to that. Okay, let's try that out. So go back here, hit record, play.
A puzzle piece went missing, so I threw it all away.
Okay, I think I'm going to probably work on a different bass line. It's like too busy. I'll probably do. I should turn that up a bit so you guys can hear it. Okay, let me undo that. Let's try it one more time. Put the playhead back, record, play. Here we go.
A puzzle piece went missing, so I threw it all away.
there's some dissonance between the bass line because of the chords that I play. So here in the bass line I'm playing a B and a C sharp, but when I play the piano chords, I'm doing, so instead of a B, I have this B flat, and it creates a dissonance. And that's on purpose because it sounds nice with the chord. And same thing here. So instead of playing the C sharp, I'm playing the C. But in the bass line, I play the C sharp, and I also play the B. So it sounds nice in the chord, but when I play the bass line, that dissonance is kind of sticking out. So I got to look into that and see how I can kind of mitigate my way around that extra dissonance that I'm hearing when I play that. Because once again, it sounds really great with the piano. But with the bass line, it's not working out. So in any case, let's stop there for today. So basically, I just showed you how to kind of insert a new section into your arranger. You know, you can either do it with the new paste insert function, or you can insert bars like I did. And I showed you the punch in, punch out method. All of these things I kind of reviewed in some tutorials earlier this week. But this time I was actually working on my song along with you guys. And so thanks for your patience. And so you could see kind of, this kind of takes patience and time, but it's fun and time flies when you're doing this. So it's all good. And in the end, you have something really nice that sounds like this. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and stay tuned for the next video for the continuation. Alright, peace.